You know the sinking feeling of regret. Regret is a common feeling that we all experience at some time in our lives. Sometimes it's many, many, many times, far too many times, if you haven't learned your lesson, and if you haven't learned your lesson yet. So in this live video today, we'll be discussing how to move on from regret in 5 proven steps. Because regret is that feeling of disappointment, of dissatisfaction with yourself over something that you either did or didn't do. So whether it's from a betrayal, not listening to your gut feeling, eating, drinking or saying too much, financial loss, missed opportunities, relationship mistakes, giving more than you received, trusting someone who proved to be untrustworthy, or whatever it is for you. But holding on to regret can be damaging to your mental health and your overall well-being, which can spill over and poison every aspect of your life, including your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your spiritual connection. So too much focus on regret can stop you from learning your lesson, which will increase the likelihood of repeating the same mistake, which will then lead to even more regret if you don't course correct. So if you're struggling to move on from a regret, from a mistake, here's 5 proven steps that can help you. So step 1 is to acknowledge and accept your mistake. Sometimes we try to blame other people or push our regrets to the back of our mind, hoping that they'll eventually just go away. However, this strategy rarely works. Instead, we need to confront our regrets and accept that we made a mistake. This can be a difficult step, but it's necessary for moving forward. Because if you refuse to accept responsibility for your part in the mistake and continue to blame others, you'll magnetize other people in similar circumstances until you do accept responsibility for yourself and your decisions, your responses, and do things differently. Step 2 is to learn from your mistakes. Once you've accepted your regret, take some time to reflect on what happened. Identify what went wrong and why. Think of ways to avoid making the same mistake in the future. And this can be a valuable learning experience that can help you grow and become a better person. The universe has a habit of sending a test at the end of a class. So did you learn what you were supposed to learn or not? So rehearsing in your mind how you would handle the situation better next time will massively increase your chances of passing your test and avoiding future regrets. Step 3 is to forgive yourself. And this can be the hardest step for many people, but it's important to remember that we're all human, we all make mistakes. So be kind to yourself without letting yourself off the hook. Be kind to yourself and don't beat yourself up over something that's already happened. Instead, focus on what you can do to make things right and move forward. You also need to forgive any other people involved in the situation, because if you don't, you'll stay energetically connected to them and you can become emotionally drained instead of setting yourself free. Step 4 is to take action. If your regret involves someone else, consider reaching out to them and apologizing for your actions. And if that's inappropriate or likely to escalate things even further, apologize to them mentally, in your head and with your heart. So if your regret involves a missed opportunity, think of other ways that you can achieve your goals. Taking action can feel like you're making progress and give you a sense of control over the situation. Step 5 is to focus on the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in the past and keep ruminating over what you could have, should have, or would have done differently. However, this type of overthinking can sometimes lead to even more regret. So instead of relentless ruminating over your past, focus on the present moment and what you can do now to improve your life. Moving on from regret is not always easy, especially if your family, your community, your school, or your workplace culture is to punish mistakes. But it's necessary either way for our mental health and overall well-being. Remember to acknowledge your mistake, learn from it, forgive yourself and anyone else who's involved, take action, focus on the present moment, and by following these steps, you can move on from regret and live a happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life. The life that you know you were born for. So you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next one.